Choosing a web host. Where you host your WordPress website is one of the most important decisions you will make regarding the future success of your website. So, it's really important that you make the right decision here before moving forward with your online business pursuits. Many people make their web hosting decision based purely on price, which is the wrong way to approach it. Of all the things you will spend money on regarding your website and your business, web hosting is the last place in the world you want to turn into a cheapskate. Things to consider when choosing a web host. Don't be a cheapskate. Price is a consideration when choosing a web host, but it's best to look at the money you spend on web hosting as an investment in your business rather than an expense. Choosing a web host because they are the cheapest will most likely find your website slow to load, down and unavailable more often than not, and unable to handle increasing traffic as your business grows. All these things will cause you to lose customers faster than you gain them. Bottom line, when it comes to price, consider the value rather than the price. SSDs are essential. Web hosting is basically paying someone to be able to use their server, a specialized computer, to store and run all the files of your website. Not all servers are created equal. The simplest upgrade is what kind of hard drives they use. Standard hard drives are acceptable, but to really increase the speed of your website and its functions, make sure your web host offers SSD storage. An SSD, solid-state drive, is much faster than an HDD, hard disk drive. So if you want the best for your WordPress website, always choose a web host that offers SSD. Tech support at 3 in the morning. Web hosting is a 24/7 thing. No matter what time it is where you live, your website is always open and should always be up and available for people to come to your website and check out what you have to offer. Nothing is worse than having your website go down and you not be able to get a hold of someone in tech support who can troubleshoot your problem and take care of it ASAP. 24/7 customer support is a key feature, and even better is a web host who provides online chat. Many times it's just nice to be able to chat with someone online as they are fixing any problems with your website in real time. The best control panel for everyone. Once you have your website hosted and ready to go, you can access all the features of your website and its hosting through a control panel. There is one de facto standard in control panels for web hosting, and that is cPanel. Insist on cPanel. While some web hosts still choose to use a non-standard control panel for you to use to access your website and web hosting, the truth is, if you want to get the most out of your web hosting experience and web hosting dollar, insist on cPanel. Room to grow. Chances are when you start to use web hosting for your first site, you are not going to need the largest plan available. You don't want to, however, end up starting with a smaller plan that eventually you grow out of and have nowhere to go. Make sure your web host has the ability to grow with you. There is nothing worse than picking a cheap web host to start with and then having to move your entire website to another web host when your website traffic is too much for your cheapskate web host to be able to handle. SiteGround provides all this and more. When you consider all the important points you need to address when choosing a web host, the one thing you will find is that SiteGround is the best choice for value, performance, customer support, and scalability. SiteGround web hosting provides impressive value. SSD drives for all their plans, include the latest in website speed technologies, have the most stable platform at their price point, and provide 24/7 support via trouble tickets, live chat, and even by phone. And even if you are currently using another web host, no worries. SiteGround provides a free migration service to all new customers. Just sign up for your new SiteGround web hosting account today, and they will provide free setup and transfer of your website from your current web host. Your site will not experience any downtime, and once the transfer is complete, you will fall in love with your new SiteGround-powered website. Better, faster, and more secure with SiteGround. Come and take a look at SiteGround today. Because doesn't your website deserve the best chance of being successful? It can, with SiteGround.